Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Trade Ideas Live Trading Room recap for Tuesday, October the 22nd. My name is Barry Anderson, moderator of your trading room. Any questions you may have for me, you can use this email address. This is a link to get into our free room, 100% free. You don't have to be a member of Trade Ideas to be in our trading room. I open the room every morning at 9 o'clock Eastern Time. That's when I start to share my screen, get live on the mic, and I go up to 3:30 Mondays to Thursdays and up to 3 o'clock on Fridays. In the email you're getting, you will see a promo code for 15% off, either the first month only or the entire year. You'll also see a link for our latest beta, which you'll need if you want to paper trade using our paper trade, real-time paper trading module. And you also see a link to sign up to get notified when the next test drive is, all right? The next test drive will actually be on November 11th. The link is not ready for the actual sign-up procedure, but the link that you see will basically all you have to do is give us your name and your email address, and then once the sign-up procedure becomes available, you'll be sent an email. Anyway, want to get into my watch list today. My watch list today was excellent. And, you know, not that they were all earnings plays, but maybe it's just because we're starting to get into earnings season and we're getting a lot more activity. But, you know, I have to show you, the first two didn't really do anything. I mean, I had high hopes for the Trove. 196, it did get up to 215. This is a low float situation, 4.9 million in the float. The Obalon, the same thing. It's a low float, 2.8 million. Just wanted to see if these two, I added those in the morning. You know, this wasn't something I had done like last night. I added them in the morning. Look at the GOS though. Holy smoke, 1778 on the alert. Now, first of all, this had a spectacular comeback. This was down to almost, 1085 in the pre-market. That's the pre-market action. And look at the comeback it had. It basically doubled from there. Got all the way up to 2060. The alert was at 1778 and it just zoomed up. Now, admittedly, the spread was a little bit tough. You would have had to deal with that spread. But if you could have dealt with that spread, I mean, that was almost a $4 move. ATNX, 1026, got as high as 1135 and could still be active. This is one that I actually did take, the motor. I took it a couple of times. Still pretty good. Not as incredibly good as the other two, as the ATNX and the GOS, but not bad. 2197, got as high as 2247. This one, as I said, I didn't like it that much. If you look at the daily chart and the weekly chart, there's a little bit of resistance. The problem is that, I would have liked to have had that alert right around here. The problem is that, in that opening 15-minute candle, the high was up here. And so we can't get a trigger until it breaks the high. And it's just going to happen. I mean, ideally, had this just sort of, been around this area and then broken out, it would have been awesome. But, it's going to happen like that every now and then. Nothing I can do about that. The Kayla, another pretty good one, 351, got as high as 367. The PDCE, actually, I got knocked out of it. I took it at, I think it was at 2156, 2158. Looked pretty good. Again, it has a lot of room. Have to look at it on a weekly chart to really see, the potential. Look at the potential. So, that's why it made the list in the first place. Just didn't work. I took a 6-cent loss on this. This just showed up, the Stickle, STKL. Again, you can see that, I mean, if this ever gets any traction, 155, it's at 154 right now, but I mean, that's why it's on the list. Just look at the potential void fill on a percentage basis. So those were the ones on the long side. And look at the ones on the short side. I mean, both work. Taco, 845, got down as low as 794. Now, ATNX was an interesting one because you notice it was also on the long side. So it was on the short side and it was on the long side. The 961 on the short, and it got down to 885. Now, I don't know how easy, or 878, don't know how easy that would have been to get, and it popped right back up, and then that's when it triggered on the long side. And then the MDLA has been really good. This is one I might be still taking. 2558. There should be in a 15-minute chart here. 2558 and now 2480. So both on the long side and the short side, my watch list has really performed well today. And again, these are not all earnings plays, but for whatever reason, we're in earnings season. I mean, the tackle was an earnings play. Goss is not. Let's see, any other earnings plays? I think tackle might have been the only one. But we're just getting a lot of activity now that we're in earnings season. And what I like about it is that there's a manageable number of alerts. This is good for brand new people who are new to trading. You know, you don't have to look at a lot of different stocks all day long. This is a watch list, you know. So if something triggers and then let's just, you know, it triggers and say it doesn't move off that trigger or it moves away, say, you know, you want to go long and it moves down, well, it's still a watch list. So, you know, put the alert back, for like create a price alert at say 809 and see if it comes back there. Just things like that. So it's a good watch list for the day. And again, if you want to follow that all day long, all you have to do is click on from the toolbar, new channel bar, and then my windows. Remember, this is a layout like anything else in a channel bar. These are all layouts. So the layout will replace whatever layout you have, which is fine as long as you save your layout to the cloud. You won't lose it. It's just that you can only have one layout loaded at a time. So getting pretty excited again about the watch list. I mean, the watch list has been good over the last month or so, but I think that now once we're in earnings season, we have a nice solid month and a half of very interesting alerts all day long, and I will start to concentrate on them probably almost exclusively. I mean, why not? I mean, if they're going to give us good moves all day long, and I don't have to look at all sorts of different alerts from all my other windows, why wouldn't I do that? So that's about it. I definitely want to get back into the room and see what else is going to happen from the watch list. And let me just close down this chart. So if you have any questions for me, you can use this email address. And by the way, the watch list, just a word about the watch list. These alerts, we get them. They come from a bigger watch list that I create every day. So tomorrow, there'll be a new watch list for tomorrow. These are the ones that triggered from that watch list. I mean, there could be 40 or 50 stocks in the watch list. They don't all trigger. We wouldn't want them all to trigger. You know, I have certain filters in this alert window so that this is the reason why these ones triggered out of the watch list. So it's a new watch list every day. Some of these symbols will be carried forward. You know, the stickle probably will be carried forward, assuming it closes well. So there will be some symbols that I'll also carry forward tomorrow, as well as adding some new ones from some scans that I do after the market closes. All right, everybody. So that is about it. Again, any questions? This is the email address you can use. A link for our free room. I'll open the room tomorrow at 9 o'clock. Hope everybody has a great evening. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.